Hello there, we're in 2020. It's weird, we're in a whole new decade, and to start off going into a new decade, this channel still doesn't have a name, but it's got a new video style. So this is going to be a movie review. We'll get onto the movie in a second. I just need to explain this new style. Sundays you'll be seeing more edited videos, Mondays you'll be seeing Doctor Who reviews, and on Tuesdays we're going to go through any movie, or Tuesdays to Saturdays, any other day of the week, I could put a movie review that I saw. These movie reviews are going to be a bit like really short podcasts, as they're not going to be edited because I just want to get them up to see if anyone wants to watch these movies. So there isn't going to be any editing, it'll just be me talking for like 5 minutes because I do need to be somewhere in like 20 minutes. So I got enough time to say this movie. Anyway, Netflix released its first original movie of 2020 entitled All the Freckles in the World. It is a Spanish high school rom-com about a genius child inventor who is going to a new school, falls in love with a girl, and tries to win her over by entering a soccer tournament or football tournament. I've been Americanized, with a group of misfits. Now, if you're thinking about it here, you can probably see exactly where the movie should go, and it should be a super predictable plot. On the good news, it's not a predictable plot, but on the bad side of it, it's so much worse than if it was a predictable plot. Normally, if you see a movie like this, it would go, okay, first of all, this is going to be spoiler free. It would go, characters introduced to the school, character makes friends, character realizes that they need to use the brains that they had and love themselves to win the soccer tournament. That would have been a really nice movie to watch, right? Well, that's not what we got. During the first part of this movie, I thought it was Tall Girl, but in Spanish, which is nice because Spanish is it's a really nice language to listen to, and that's probably the most entertaining part of the movie. And also, the best part of the movie is probably the cinematography. There are some pretty decent long shots, not incredible, but they're pretty decent, and quite a bit of the child acting is really good. That's really where all the good parts of the movie end. I might delve into spoilers a bit near the end of this video, but just don't watch this movie. I've seen a lot of Netflix originals. Okay, I'm not kidding. I posted my top 10 worst movies of 2019 last year. This is worse than all of them. This movie is already worse than every movie I ever saw in 2019. All of them. This movie is worse than the Lion King live action remake. It is so horrifyingly bad. The main character is the most unlikable crapbag. The characters who the story is trying to put it so we don't like are the really likable ones. And the characters we're meant to like are so hateable throughout the entire thing, to the point where I was totally okay if they found a way to kill off the protagonist by the end of the movie. This isn't really a spoiler, but there is a subplot where a teacher is sleeping with one of the students, and at one point the student says, "No, I don't want to do this anymore," and the teacher says, "Yes, you do," and basically drags him off screen. And that is never brought up again. It's never addressed throughout the rest of the movie. There are so many annoying little things that the movie doesn't go into, and it's so painful. The first, 45 minutes of the movie is probably fine. There's these characters, there's some cute character moments, some nice interactions, but then, when you reach near the end, it's just so painful to watch, and it was so annoying, and I didn't like it at all, and I never want to see that movie again. I guess the good thing is that this is the first movie I saw this decade, because it can only get better from here. I'll be impressed if Netflix can make a worse movie. This was the first Netflix movie that I actually gave it a negative rating, because you can rate the Netflix movies, and it was so bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because I'm not stopping the video. We're gonna get into spoilers pretty soon, so this video is going to be more entertaining for you, even if it's really bad, than that movie is. It's meant to be a comedy, there's no comedy elements. I'm going to be talking about spoilers the rest of the movie. So, spoiler warning if you do want to see it, but be the smart person, just don't watch the movie. Wait for something else to watch out. Watch Tool Girl, it's so much better in every conceivable way, and that movie isn't that great. So anyway, spoilers. I hate the main character so much throughout this movie. I actually only just remembered some positives. Like the little girl has the huge crush on the Mexican football player, who's the main character's sister. I'm glad we're only talking about that in the spoiler section, because I don't want to say good things about this movie. It annoyed me so much. I normally like to think, well, at least in movies people worked hard. I don't care if people worked hard. Everyone on this movie read the script, and they've got to know that this was bad. Seriously, that teacher sleeping with a student point is never addressed throughout the whole movie. There's a scene where the main character tries to cheat the soccer tournament, that football tournament that he's in, darn it, by putting magnets inside of a football. That fails, and we're meant to feel bad for him. The worst thing is, the main antagonist of the movie is like a Karate Kid ripoff. And he's one of the most likable characters in the movie. The plot of the movie is this kid shows up, he falls in love with this girl. This girl has been dating this other guy for ages. He starts trying to take her from him by giving her, like, the main character starts to try to give this girl a bunch of gifts. And this Christian, who he's just going to call Christian, goes up to him and says, hey, you're getting a bit too close to my girlfriend, would you mind backing off a bit? And then the main character gets hit, so the Christian is so wound up that he makes a bad bet. It is a really bad bet, where they bet whoever wins the soccer tournament gets to date the girl. And of course, the main character loses. We're meant to feel bad for him, but then the girl who he's interested in leaves the Christian boy because there's only one good character in this movie, who's Aliana, I think was her name. She is easily the best part of this movie. At first she has a crush on him, but then she realizes he's an absolute asshole and just abandons him. That's the one enjoyable aspect of this movie. So by the end of it, she's dating the Christian boy, and they seem happy together. It reveals in the credits that they broke up, but they seem happy together, and that's nice. And at one point, she's meant to be thought of as the bad guy because she tells the love interest about their bet. But she's not the bad guy in that scene, because she's saving the love interest from the main character's psychotic face and everything that he's doing. And then the love interest decides to date him at the end, knowing all of this, after he gets into a fight with Christian Boy. And when Christian Boy... Okay, this must be really confusing for everyone to follow, so I'm very sorry, but I'm going to keep going because we're nearly at the end. When Christian Boy punches him once, main character boy once, and he falls straight down, then we're meant to feel really sorry for main character, and then the love interest kisses him before he breaks up with the love interest and goes back to Aliana to say, hey, you know what, maybe we should try again. But then Aliana's been dating Christian Boy and she's, no, never again, which is right. But then he shows up, and the end of the movie is him meeting who the credits say will be his wife in the future. So I don't know what the moral of the story is. At one point he yells at a guy for being selfish because he broke his coccyx, or pelvis, I can't remember which. And there's never any repercussions for that. The movie has no idea what's going on, and this video is just getting too long. Anyway, long story short, the movie is absolutely terrible. Do not watch it. I never want to see anything like that again. If I had to give a review out of 10, it would be a 0. Because it doesn't address any of the plot points that it should address, and the main character is an unlikable piece of crap. Anyway, that's my review for all the Freckles in the world, the first Netflix original of 2019. I think the next Netflix original is coming out on Monday, which I'm going to see a movie that day, so might have 2 reviews then. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Have a great day. I will see you all in the next episode, and goodbye.